Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music, and we're doing riff theory on some of Jimmy Page's most epic riffs. So once again, this is an episode of Riff Theory. So I'm going to take some of those classic, chunky blues rock riffs of Jimmy Page's and show you what they have in common, because they have quite a few things in common. But the most important thing is that we're using the pentatonic scale. You've never heard of that? Well, let me tell you about it. It's the classic scale that we all actually learn and love and hate as guitar players. But the most epic riffs of all time typically have the pentatonic underneath them. So with Jimmy Page, you've got these classic riffs that it's like, think of the pentatonic as the shell of the riff, but then he loves to use what's called chromaticism, which, for instance, if I just took the A minor pentatonic scale, when you add the blues note, you immediately get a little chromatic line. But he also, in more than one song, will use a chromatic between the 7 and the root. Now, he had a bunch of amazing riffs that were more power chord structured, amazing alternate tuning acoustic songs. So this particular riff theory is just the classic pentatonic stuff that he used in riffs. So the first one, Whole Lotta Love, is in the key of E. And once again, these are not tutorials on these songs. These are just music lessons based off using the riff as our context. So if I looked at the ultimate E blues run, so that's the basis for not just Led Zeppelin, but our kind of blues rock vocabulary. That's a really important one to know. But when you see something like Whole Lotta Love, he's just right in that run. Now, also, right in that same position, you've got, of course, Black Sabbath does all kinds of stuff right here, but also in the Dazed and Confused. Just to paraphrase that a little bit, that's just right in that same vibe. So E minor pentatonic. Also, just within that little zone, Now, if I could play it an open position E minor pentatonic. So the same scale. You can hear it's the same thing. But you also have the major third, which lends it to more of a E7 chord. So it'd be that first fret G string, but that same note's also here on the 6th fret D string. And so you get... So that riff, Bring It On Home, it's really just the E minor pentatonic, but with one major third note. That same scale, Moby Dick, which we could do right here. That was the Easter egg. So now let me go into the key of A, but still, once again, using the shell of the pentatonic, sometimes with chromatics, sometimes with a major third, but no matter what, that blues scale minor pentatonic is underneath it for these particular riffs. So that is the A blues scale, and it's with the open A string root. So O3, O1, 2, and to finish out the scale, O2, 1, 3, O3. So the only chromatic in that riff is as part of the blues scale. So if I went... I could see that in the home row position. And so within that same zone, once again, that A minor pentatonic, I could do the A minor extended scale here. So that riff is using that A minor pentatonic, but it's using the chromatic between the C and D. Which is a little more unusual, but because it's in A, you have the 4 chord. It's really kind of chromatically going up to the 4. Same scale. A minor pentatonic. You could do it. exact same thing. And so that was just the A minor pentatonic starting on the root. Skipping the 4 and going to that minor third. Once again, still minor pentatonic. All of that so far is minor pentatonic. But the one outside note is that major third that we did a bunch in E. And also... Herbie Hancock teaser in there. Now we're in the A minor pentatonic with just that major third right there. So that scale again, if I just play the minor pentatonic, but this time I had my chromatic from the 7 up to the root. So that'd be on the D string 5, 6, 7. That's the only extra note that you would get, and then you play for Black Dog. So when it goes to that other one, it just changes keys. It's the E blues scale now. I hope you enjoyed that episode of Riff Theory. As you can see, the pentatonic scale can be used very creatively. In fact, it's made pretty much the most iconic rock songs of all time, so stick with it. And that was just a few examples of what you can do. If there's other riffs you'd like to see me cover, let me know in the comments below. You know, of course, while you're down there, I appreciate you subscribing here to the Marty Music YouTube channel. It helps me out. And then also in the description below, there's great resources for learning guitar, and it helps me out too. So thank you again, and hope to see you later.